You need to ask yourself, this heart that I'm about to give to this girl, oh, she's the love of my life. Is that heart working? Like, is it in perfect condition? Like, some of you, this your heart is even showing you the symptoms, telling you, like giving you the signs. You self, Emeka, you have plans of giving that girl your heart today, but you guys want to do the do. I didn't say anything, but I'm trying to test my microphone. Microphone testing. It's tricky. I know it's Valentine's Day, and until you're running to go and give that boy your heart, that boy that you love, even you self, Emeka, you have plans of giving that girl your heart today, but you guys want to do the do. I didn't say anything, but you need to ask yourself before you start, expressing your love, giving your heart and all that stuff. You need to ask yourself, this heart that I'm about to give to this girl, oh, she's the love of my life. Is that heart working? Like, is it in perfect condition? Like, some of you, this your heart is even showing you the symptoms, telling you, like giving you the signs, but you decided to pay deaf ear to it. And today that is Valentine's Day, you're about to carry that same heart. That same heart that is keeping you alive to go and give Emeka or Amaka. Come back here, okay? Come back. On this video, I will discuss the symptoms. After discussing the symptoms, then you go and check your heart before you do what? Before you go and do what? Celebrate that Valentine with that what? The love of your life. On today's video, we'll be discussing 5 symptoms you need to know. Like, you should never neglect these symptoms. Like, when you start seeing these symptoms, then you know what? Something is definitely wrong with your heart. So, we all know that the heart is an organ that pumps blood throughout the body. It is located in the chest region, like slightly to the left behind the chest, that's the breastbone. So, this heart that we are talking about works 24/7, like even when you are sleeping. Now, tell me, is there anybody on this earth that works 24/7? Like, you as a human being, you need to work and sleep. But imagine this heart on its own, it works 24/7, like round the clock. Pity this baby. Pity am. So this is why you need to like draw your attention to this heart. Like, on this Valentine's Day, you need to pay attention to this heart of yours. Like, in as much as it's working 24/7 around the clock, is it okay? What is going on with it? Now, the reason why it's working 24/7 around the clock is because it pumps blood to every part of your body, and that is what it is. Like, without it, we are not alive. Like, once your heart stops beating, it's called kicking the bucket. I don't want to go into I don't want to say anything negative. Like, it means the person has kicked the bucket. Time, we say, is actually the muscles of the heart. That is, in medical terms, we say that time is the muscles of the heart. Why? It means that the more time you are having these symptoms and then you pay deaf ears to it, or you ignore these symptoms, then the more damage you are having to the heart. So, time, heart, they are inversely related to each other. So, the earlier you do what, you notice the symptoms and then get medical checkup, treatment, the better and the lesser the damage to the heart. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So, time and heart are related together. So, it will be nicer for you to do what? Shift the plans you have for this Valentine's Day to next year and go for medical checkup if you are having these 5 symptoms that we are about to discuss today, because it will be actually for your own good. Like, for your own good, because those plans you have, it can't work if your heart is not working. So you need to ask yourself, is your heart in good terms? Your heart needs to be in good terms for you to have good plans. I didn't say anything. So now, women, come, pay close attention to this one. We will not gather here. We all know that this Valentine is always pink around the corner. Like my brother said in a particular video I saw online, he said Valentine is always about
we know your target
men.
audience.
There's no blue. Like, you guys are not celebrating men in this Valentine's Day. But these same women that has been celebrated this Valentine's Day for, please come. As a woman, do you know that you are at more risk of heart failure? Now, why? As a woman, you have this particular hormone called estrogen. Now, estrogen tends to reduce in your blood volume, like in your body, as you pass through menopause or as you go through menopause. We all know what menopause is, right? The stage where you get to and you are no longer menstruating, like your menstrual cycle is ending. That's what I mean by menopause. So as you pass through this menopause, your estrogen level goes down. As your estrogen level goes down, this is what actually lead you to be at risk of what heart failure. Why? Because estrogen actually helps to do what? To strengthen the muscles of the heart and the blood vessels. Now, when there is lesser estrogen in your blood volume, then the heart and the muscles of the blood vessels aren't as strong as they were before when you were in your CCA code days. Now you're pinging, you're celebrating Valentine. So that is it about women. So you need to pay close attention to this. So this is one reason why you as a lady need to do what? Go check your heart today that is being Valentine's Day. Today that is being celebrated Valentine. Go check your heart. Auntie, baby girl, go check your heart. Yeah, we've been talking about five symptoms. So now I'm going to mention these five symptoms and then we are going to go in details with each and every one of them. So first on our list is what? Chest pain. Second, we have increased heart rate. Thirdly, we have increased sweating. Fourthly, we have shortness of breath, or should I say difficulty in breathing, same thing as dyspnea. And then last but not the least, tiredness or fatigue, probably weakness. So these are the five symptoms you need to know what pay close attention with. Now let's highlight the first one, which is what? Chest pain. Most of you are likely to misplace chest pain with having ulcer, should I say gastroesophageal reflux. But chest pain does not really mean you have ulcer. Anytime you're having chest pain, simply means like you're having a sharp, or should I say a dull aching in your chest region, or probably a stabbing pain, like you're feeling it within this chest region. So most times people tend to misplace it with what? Ulcer and all that, but chest pain is actually one of the symptoms that you need to check up. Like it's actually one of the symptoms of a failing heart. Let's go to increased heart rate. Now, increased heart rate is simply in medical terms called tachycardia. But in a layman understanding, increased heart rate simply means that your heart is beating faster than it's supposed to, like it should. So let's say, for example, the normal heart rate should be 60 to 100, but imagine when you now start having a heart rate that is higher than 120, 141, 161, and then sometimes people will actually have increased heart rate and they won't know that they have it. Now, how will you know that you have an increased heart rate? You need to use your pulse, like your pulse oximeter, or probably you can ask anyone to check it manually, like using your radial vein, check the pulse. So this is something you can actually do physically. Maybe you have a healthcare practitioner around, or probably a clinic, a health clinic, a chemist. You can just go there and then check your pulse, like check the range. What is the pulse rate? That's how to check if you're having increased heart rate or not. So that's it about increased heart rate. So thirdly, we are going to talk about increased sweat. Now, this increased sweating is not when you're wearing, let's say for example, you wear black clothes and then you're standing under the sun and see heat will wire you. You're not having any increased heart rate. You are supposed to be sweating the way you're sweating. Why did I say one? Is that dark clothes, or should I say black clothes, radiate heat, like from the environment, and not to talk of you staying in a hot weather and then you are sweating not to sweat. You're supposed to sweat, like you go sweat. Yeah. But what I mean by you having increased sweating is, let's say for example, the weather is cool, calm, chill, and then probably there's AC on, or even if there is no AC on, but you're just relaxed at home, and then you're sweating and you're not even wearing a dark, or should I say a black clothes. This is what we mean by increased sweating. Like there is increase in the production of sweat from the sweat gland. So it's actually one of the symptoms of a failing heart. So thirdly, we are going to talk about shortness of breath, or probably difficulty in breathing. This is just simply, should I say, air hunger. When you are hungry, let's say for example you are hungry, your belly is hungry, you you would want to do what? Eat food ASAP. Like any food where you see, you fit chop garri, drink water, anything where you see, you want chop am just to satisfy that hunger. But in shortness of breath, that is what's happening to the heart. Like your heart is craving for air. Like your heart it's looking for air anywhere. That's why you say you're craving for air. That's what shortness of breath simply means. Like I'm trying to explain it in such a way that you will be able to understand what I mean by shortness of breath. It can also be called difficulty in breathing. And when you start having difficulty in breathing, like you won't be able to perform your normal activity of daily living. You can just see yourself sitting in one place trying to catch your breath. It means that the heart, the lungs are not getting enough oxygen to perform the work, because oxygen, you see, is the food for the lungs, like for the blood. So the way your body is, your stomach is craving for normal food, that's the way your lungs and your heart is craving for what? Oxygen. So that's what we mean by shortness of breath. So now let's talk about the last but not the least, fatigue, weakness, or probably tiredness. Now, having fatigue, weakness, or should I say tiredness, should prompt you to ask yourself if your heart is in normal state. Because I'll bring back shortness of breath in this scenario now. If there's not enough oxygen to the blood, like going into the blood, then the tissues, the cells, and the organs won't be able to perform the function they're supposed to do, because they don't have the strength to, or should I say, they don't have the capacity to, they don't have the oxygen to. So that is why you see yourself, holding your heart and sitting in one place. And then if this is a continuous process, probably you got relieved of the shortness of breath, and then you continue with what you're doing. You won't really have the strength to the capacity to do what you are doing very well. You will probably wake up in the morning and you don't feel like you don't have the strength to do what you're supposed to do. Even if you're doing it, you'll be doing it sluggishly, like a snail, Then you'll be tired. Small thing where you go do, you go dey shout, small back. Yeah. The worst part of it is that today there is even this Valentine, and I'm not sure you have the strength to, I don't know, but I just don't know. If you have plans of doing something like, I don't know, then you probably won't even have the strength, or should I say the zeal. Like you'll be feeling tired, weak, exhausted. So that's all about tiredness, fatigue, weakness. So if you're having these 5 symptoms that we've discussed about, then don't give this heart to the love of your life. I know that person is the love of your life, but please carry this heart to do what? To check up. Go for medical checkup. Please. Nah, your guy, your auntie, uncle, running for checkup no be say, let me just go out today after the whole Valentine celebration. I'll go later and go and do the checkup. As soon as possible. Remember what I said at the beginning of this video, that time is actually the muscle of the heart. That's the strength of the heart. So the earlier you go, the better for you. I'm not saying you should cancel your Valentine's Day plan. No. Some of you go call me witch today. I'm just saying for the betterment of this heart that is working for 24 that is working 24/7 around the clock. You know that song? I feel like pity this boy, pity this heart, please. So going for medical checkup, go for medical checkup ASAP, as soon as possible. Do your vitals, check your BP, go for cholesterol screening, that's very vital. Go for BP checkup, and also go for diabetes screening. All these tests, you need to go for them, and then ensure that. Then another thing is that some of you will have other underlying disease, or should I say condition, but you don't know that this underlying condition that you are paying deaf ear to can actually affect your heart. You probably will be having an underlying condition like diabetes. You're a non-diabetic patient, but you're not managing your diabetes very well. It can affect your heart. So if you're having any other underlying condition, please check it up, okay? Make sure you visit your hospital, get screened, Take your medications regularly, and be strong, be fit. Then you can now go and do the do. I didn't say anything. I'm not encouraging you to go and do anything. The only thing I'm saying and I'm vouching out for is for you to go and check that heart. Pity that heart. Pity it, okay? It's Valentine's Day, and make sure you share love. Share love to your loved ones, Valentine is all about love. And make sure you check that heart. Please, I'm begging. And if you're coming across my video for the first time, I'm Nurs.Fay. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Bye.